What's up, my friends? Matt Morris, mattmorris.com. Thanks for tuning in. As you guys hop on, let me know where you are tuning in from today. We're going to be talking about building rapport with other people. And obviously, one of the, if you're in network marketing, one of the most important factors in team building is having a likable personality. Now, if you have not read the book by Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People, you're doing yourself a massive disservice. It's a book that you should read many, many times. It basically gives you the secret to having other people like you. I've read it multiple times myself. I listened to the audio. The audio version is not as good as the book. It's much more condensed, but still adds some value. So listen, as you guys hop on, let me know where you're tuning in from. We got New York, we got Austin, Minneapolis. Where else? Chicago, South Africa in the house. Awesome, awesome. Where else? Where else? Let me know where you guys are at. And listen, if you're watching this live, drop me an L in the comments. If you're watching this on the replay, drop me an R. And let me know this. If this is the first time that you are seeing me on a live, just drop me a 1 in the comments so we can welcome you. We got Malaysia, we got Canada, Atlanta, Norway, San Antonio, Reunion Island again. Laurette, good to see you again. All right. We got Nairobi, Kenya in the house. Very cool. People from literally all over the world. We are over 100 folks on. Brooklyn in the house. And Carlos dropping me a 321,384. Man, you're going to have to tell me what that means. It's got to mean something, right? So listen, let's talk about 3 magic words to build instant rapport with people. And this is a strategy I actually got from a book by Joe Girard. If you've ever read anything by Joe Girard, let me know in the comments. Not many people have, because he is definitely old school. He wrote a book called The Greatest Salesman in the World. He was basically proclaimed as the greatest salesman in the world because he essentially outsold everyone in the world selling cars. And one of his biggest strategies were these 3 words. And I'm going to share these with you. I've been sharing this for years. If you know what the 3 words are, drop them in the comments. And here's what he would do. He would write cards to all his customers. He had tons and tons and tons of repeat business. People just always came back to Joe because they loved Joe. Now, here was one of the secrets. He had a card, and he would write a card to his customers, and he would always put 3 words. I like you. I like you. Okay. So if you think about the people in your life that you love the most, the people that you really like, get those, think of 2 or 3 people. Who do you really like? Okay. Now, let me ask you this question. Do they really like you? Do they really like you? And I'm sure the answer for almost all of you, probably all of you, is yes, obviously. And that's the reason why you like them, because they like you. I shared a story the other day. I had a guy on my team years ago, and every time I would call him, he'd be so excited. I mean, he was like bouncing off the walls, and I just love this guy. I still love this guy today, and I haven't talked to him in years because every time I called, he's like, Matt, oh my gosh. So here's the thing. When it comes to being likable, it helps everything. And there's lots of, there's different personality styles out there. You got the greens that are very analytical, and, the greens are kind of like, well, everything needs to have a reason and a purpose, behind it. You have the blues who are like fun loving, love everyone, life of the party, things like that. You have the yellows who are very caring and nurturing. They want to help other people, not make money off of other people. Then you have the reds. The reds are the aggressive, bottom line, want to make money, win at all costs. And sometimes the reds can be so driven, they forget to be likable. So you want to mix some blue, that likability factor. Blues are typically, they're the life of the party because they tend to like everyone, right? And people tend to like them. So you want to be likable because likability helps with recruiting. It helps with retention. People are way more likely to stay on your team if they know that you as their leader like them. It's critical with culture building. It's tough to build a culture if people don't feel like they're loved and appreciated in the culture. And obviously, it's an important component of leadership because people aren't going to follow a leader that doesn't really like them. And so one of the things that you want to go out of your way doing is liking other people. Now, how do you do that? And how do you do it specifically in prospecting? And I'm going to kind of share my strategy and why I'm able to fairly quickly turn strangers into friends. And, key in network marketing is turning strangers into friends, friends into family. So how do you make friends quickly? Well, here's how I build a lot of rapport with people is I find a way to like them. Okay. So I'm going to ask questions about other people. Hey, where are you from? What do you do for a living? What got you into that? Wow, you must be amazing at it. Your personality is amazing. You're so upbeat. You know what? I like you. So I'm going to throw that in. I say, you know what? I like you. Now, don't be weird about it and be like, Greens, don't be like, you're supposed to be likable. So you're like, I like you. You gotta run people off, right? So be cool about it, and make sure it's genuine. So I genuinely like other people because I find reasons to like them. And so it's a simple thing. So I can meet someone off the streets, talk to them for a few minutes, find out something that's interesting about them, maybe some commonalities, and I'll be like, wow, you know what? You're awesome. I love how upbeat you are, or I love how driven you are. I love what a great father you are. I love what a great mother you are. I like you. You're awesome. And instantly you see it in their eyes. They're like, I like you too. And so it's so incredibly simple. So here's my recommendation. When you're prospecting, figure out a way to throw in I like you without being weird. From a leadership standpoint, dig down into your team, start building relationships, and find reasons to like other people. John, I like you too, man. Thank you. Michaela, I like you too. Rock and roll. So listen, these are some strategies that I'm telling you will make you a lot more money. And I got to tell you, here's a reality in our profession is it's going to be hard at times. If you've been in our profession for any length of time, you know it's going to be hard at times. And what is it that keeps people in when they're struggling? Now, I've struggled more times than I can count. And there's been so many leaders on my team and so many individuals on my team where I know the only reason why they stayed is because I like them and they liked me. And here's the deal. You're not going to keep everyone in your business. In fact, if you knew how many people had quit my business over the years, it's a staggering number. I mean, it's literally hundreds of thousands of people have quit my organizations over the years. Okay, hundreds of thousands. So you can't keep everyone. You can't come anywhere close to keeping everyone. Be okay with people leaving. It's the nature of our business. It's the nature of life. I just went into the gym today. And there's a lot of people who quit the gym. Now, the gym's still open. They're still running. They're not crying about the people who have quit the gym. They're serving the ones who are there. Okay? So that's the deal, is you want to retain people. And you got to realize this one important thing is it is so much more than the money. I know we all join network marketing because we want to make more money. If you want to make more money, raise your hand, right? We all do. So we all want to make more money. But if you look at employment surveys, and this was what I found fascinating. When I ran a company, I read tons of management books. I went to management seminars. And here's something that I discovered was when they survey employees and they talk about, job satisfaction, the amount of money that people make is third or fourth on the list. So number one, number two was growth. People want to feel like they're growing, right? And number two was appreciated. And sometimes appreciation goes above the other. So people want to be appreciated and respected and cared for. And if you're not doing that, if you're making it all about the money, if you're this red driver, win at all costs, like take no prisoners, kind of like, man, to make an omelet, you got to break a few eggs, right? So that's the way my natural tendency is like that. Okay. I'll admit that's my natural tendency. Someone's whining and complaining. I am not wanting to listen to it. Okay. But I also want to make a lot of money, and I also want to have an amazing culture, and I want to help people. And so I find ways to like my team, to build relationships with people in my team, and that locks people in long term. It's more important than the money. I know it's hard to believe for some of you who are super money driven like me. It's more than just the money. People want growth, so you need to build a culture of personal development. I'll do another live on that. And then people want to be appreciated, and they want to be cared for, and they want to be respected, and they want to be loved. And it's tough to leave something where you're loved so much. And if you look at some of the organizations I've had over the years with incredible levels of leader retention. Why has there been incredible levels of leader retention? Because we build a culture where people are loved. So that's the bottom line, my friends. Build a culture where people are loved. How do you do that? Find ways to love people. First, you're finding ways to like them. That's how you turn strangers into friends. How do you turn friends into family? You find ways to love them. So, my friends, if you enjoyed this, hit the share button. I've got a ton of insights. If you've not picked up my book, 7 Secrets to Success, hold on one second. Let me see if this works. I am going to hop. There you go. Basically, this is my blueprint on how I overcame 5 years of failure in network marketing, 7strategiesbook.com. But I've got some amazing leadership secrets in this book, Laws of Leadership, if you will. So pick that up. You will enjoy it. So listen, my friends, if you enjoyed this, let me know in the comments below. If you do share this, write the word shared in the comments so I can give you a shout out. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I love you.